Okay. So last year I started the 300 wish list as our new way to kind of manage goals for the year. And while I still have the version that is a spreadsheet, I'm also expanding this year into a version that is going to be a Notion board. I'm gonna record building that next, but I wanted to kind of give you a start on how to handle um, your 300 wish list because the reality is that, many of you started one last year for 2025, and now you're maybe like, ooh, what do I do about 2026? Well, I would encourage you to continue working with and using the same, um, basically to use the same wish list, but we're going to change it because like there's going to be dates and stuff. So we're going to do it slightly differently. Now, I'm going to show you when I build this, like two different ways to work with this. I started this last year. Well, it's now technically, no, I started at the beginning of 2025, and I did a terrible job of maintaining and doing this on a monthly basis. But I am going to make a concerted effort and I'm going to put it on my calendar and I'll show you how to do that. We'll make it either a recurring monthly event or we're going to make it a recurring monthly task. But the plan is that right now, what you need to do is you need to go through and take a look at your wish list and decide, is there anything that either is no longer relevant, so you delete it, okay? Like I'm looking at this right now. This one, it says get Flip verified. Here's the problem. Flip as a platform disappeared during this year, so it is gone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that. I literally forgot there for a minute because I hardly ever work in here anymore. So we're going to delete the row and we're going to get rid of that because A, I'm not carrying it into the new year. Okay. This is a great time to get rid of things you're not carrying into the new year. So, like, clean your spaces out, like, tidy things up, do what you need to do to get ready mentally for, your next year. And don't think that this is something that has to only be happening right now at the end of a new year. This is something that you can do every month. Every month, you can look around and go, am I holding on to things that I don't need to be holding on to? Am I cluttering up, my space? Because I discovered, and I knew this was true, but when you get rid of the clutter in your space, it gives you like it absolutely changes the energy and the feeling of the space, okay? So I encourage you to find little things that you can do to, improve the energy in your space. For example, this year, and it's not that I'm particularly woo, but I am open to things that could potentially change like the energy and my mindset and stuff like that. So I do believe a lot in like neuroscience. So one of the things that I'm going to do is in the back left corner of your home, you're supposed to have like a like water like a water feature, water flowing, something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to order a lotus bowl and I'm going to have like lotus because first of all, that's very much a soft boss thing. Like lotus, you see it in all of my um a lot of my designs and everything. But um I toyed with getting in the outdoors like potentially like a little fountain that, you'd hear like the tinkling water and all that, have like a little water feature. I thought that might be nice. So, like that's one thing that I'm doing. And so I'll be putting that on here. Now, um, so go through everything that you have on here. Decide whether it is something that stays with you, whether it's something that you're going to get rid of, whether you're going to improve upon it, whether you completed something and you're going to knock it off of here and mark it as done, whatever the case may be, and then go through and figure out that for every single thing. Just one second. Okay. So, for example, right now I changed this. It's not the DFD newsletter anymore. It's going to be She Prints Money. And the truth is that I have also added And so we're going to like insert row below. And this one is going to be also a business goal. And it is, um, all right, so I'm adding while I'm doing it. Um, okay, so technically this is done. And put the date in, like, so for if you're using Google Sheets for this, put the date in before you click done, because otherwise it's going to move. Um, and if you care about the date, then do that. All right, so um, I wonder if I could still do that. A Q1 2026 team retreat. That could be fun. Okay, so this is actually, all right, we're going to do this to Soft Boss instead. We don't have that anymore, so we'll change that to one of the other ones and we'll do it. All right. We also don't have SSDAA anymore. It is, huh. I did not remember that I was going to do that. So the whole point of this is that ideally you will start spending more time reviewing the things that you have on your list. Because if you don't do that, um, I already did this though. When did I do it though? Oh, I didn't put a date done thing in here. That's wild. Okay. I'm just going to click it because I have a playlist already that I did. Ooh, I opened a business banking account. That happened 10/31/2025. I remember. And it was on found. So I'm just going to put found right here. All right. So that's done. Is it going to go? There we go. All right. Now I don't need to train Morgan on bookkeeping anymore because I now have found, and that is going to take care of all that. Okay. Now update payroll spreadsheets to show annual total. Do I still need to do that? I don't think I do, and I will tell you why. Because I've systemized now, and with the system, I have I am now using, oops, gotta get the, okay, here we go. It was that one. Okay, so now that I'm using found, I don't need that anymore. Why am I talking with you while I'm doing this? I will tell you why. That's already done. Bam. Okay. We're not doing Chelsea. We're doing this with Heather. Okay. Marissa has changed her whole plans, and that's okay. All right. Ooh. Okay, so technically I did pay off the escape because it's totaled. All right. It wasn't an accident. It was a whole thing. Okay. That is done. And we're doing things differently now, so we got that. Okay. I kind of changed my whole plan. I'm not going to do doors in here. So we'll get rid of this. I did that. Did you? Oh yeah, I got the new comforter. Okay. We're not going to skim coat anything. It ended up like I did some pricing on that. That was not a thing. Okay. Oh, okay. What is this? Hmm, okay. I don't know what live at cause means. Okay. All right. I already did that. Rid of that. Okay. So as you can see, even though, oops, it's SPS. Um, okay, even though the original plan was it was supposed to call for 300, I hadn't gotten to 300. There was no getting to 300. But I did get a decent, and here's the thing. Sure, I could really give myself a hard time for not getting more of these things done, but I'm not going to. And I will explain to you why. Um, I feel like this is supposed to be inspiring and exciting, and it won't be if you spend all your time punishing yourself for not meeting your expectations. Okay. So I can look at this and be like, I did not do very well with this. But the reality is that given the kind of year that I was having, given the way that my life has totally gone off the rails in 2025, um, I am pleased with what I accomplished because I also did a lot of things that were never on this list. Okay. So I think that that's something that we need to also look at. So don't be afraid to take some time to really do the work and look at things and go, you know what? I didn't do a lot of things on this list, but I did do a lot of things, and these are the things I did because you should remember and you should embrace and you should be really, really excited about what you did accomplish, even if it wasn't anything that you expected. Okay. We get this idea about what our life is supposed to look like. And then when it doesn't do that, do we have a choice? Okay. We can either say, I'm unhappy with my life because it doesn't look like the way I want it to look, and I can take steps towards getting it there. Or we can look at it and be like, you know what? It's not the way I imagined it, but I'm embracing the life I have and I love it. So, so there's a lot of things that happened over this past year that I'm really happy about. There's other things that have been pretty disturbing and made me unhappy. But all that does is give me more stuff to plan and work with for next year. And I'm going to be sharing a lot more about things going on and whatnot. Um, So be sure to take the time to first go through everything and then see what you're going to work with, what, like, what do you want to change and all that. And then, you know what? Close the book on 2025. It's okay. 2025 is done. It ends tomorrow. Okay. We're good. And then focus on the cool stuff that you're going to be doing next year. All right. So that is the plan. And, like some of these things I'm looking at, and like some of these are massive, massive remodels, and that's great if I plan to stay here forever. And some days I'm like, yeah, I could be here forever. And then some days I'm like, yeah, but I really, really do mean it about getting the uh, getting a place that is a ranch in Charlotte. And for those of you who know me well, that is because Kenna is needing increased support. And so I am now carrying her up and down the stairs. And while every day has now become leg day, and that can be awesome, it is also exhausting for somebody who has a broken thyroid. So yeah, all I'm saying is that I'm going to potentially reevaluate some of these plans, and some are definitely going to happen and some aren't. And that's okay. Because I have new dreams and everything. And so the next video, I'm going to show you how we create a Notion board. All right. And turn it into the 300 wish list. And I'll make sure that you have access. All right. I hope this helps. I hope that you get really, really excited about your plans for the new year. And I want you to know that this stuff, okay, don't limit yourself. So anytime you get an idea, anytime you think anything that you want to get done, like for example, I have finally figured out the candles that I want for the mantle. But I am trying to use everything that I do as a like a reward. So I'm trying to get more things accomplished. Um, And that means that I'm going to do some things and then I will reward myself with like completing stuff on the list, right? And then for other things, I will, like I'm going to spend a lot of time because tomorrow morning, for example, I'm going to record a video where I start laying things out and building things out for, 2026 on my wish list. And that is going to direct a lot of the things that are going on coming forward, moving forward. I hope this helps. I hope this starts to get you really, really excited. And I hope that you remember to revisit this often. Like, revisit this like weekly, monthly, whatever, to stay focused on your goals. Because it's really, really easy for life to get us bogged down and for us to be like, yeah, I can't do this now. You know what I mean? So don't do that. Let me look at this. Oh, okay. All right. I'm remembering now. Okay. And then money and time, and then any notes that we have. All right. Okay. Date done and that. Um, the one change that I am going to have to make, and I'm just doing this here, is where is it? There we go. Does that work? Okay, good. So when you do something, and this is my personal one, but I'm going to be using it for like the template, obviously, for mine. Um, delete that column. All right, so when you're working in Notion, you need to make sure that what you have is the very first column is your the thing, the wish list, the name, the whatever it is. And then anything else from there um will be will work in the databases. All right. I will talk to you soon. Have a nice rest of the day. And don't forget to work on your wish list.